Today for lunch, I'm gonna have some stuffed chicken thighs. These will be in the air fryer. So, what you want to do? We're gonna leave this whole. That way it'll cook. And what I did was go ahead and make an incision inside the, pretty much like right through here. Then you can take your hand and work it through the leg. And then all we're gonna do is take some sausage, and I'm gonna stuff as much as I can in there. It takes a little while to do it, but you know, just kind of stuff it in as best you can, and it'll go. You just gotta work it in there. I don't know, something different than just a plain chicken leg and thigh. And this is just some green onion pork sausage that I picked up from the local market here. And to be in the air fryer, we need to get it to 165. That's a safe temperature for ground meat as well as chicken. So yeah, something like that. Now for the other one, do the same thing. I usually like to lift the skin a little bit. You just kind of make a little incision here. Then once you get that done, you can kind of widen it out around the bone. That way you can have a lot of stuff to stuff it in. Then you just take your finger and you push it down to the thigh, down into the leg like that. Then you can yeah, just stuff it in, and the leg will get bigger and bigger as you fill up the cavity with the sausage. So like I said, we're not gonna like get a bunch of it in there, but we'll get a pretty good amount. You'll be able to get a good chunk of sausage there while you're eating. And I'm gonna have this today with I'm gonna do a little basmati rice, and I might make a simple sauce, maybe with a little bit of the pork sausage and a little bit of chicken stock, something like that, just to kind of give it a little gravy, you know, to go on the side with it. And you could do it's easier to stuff it this way than trying to cut the thigh off. This was actually from a whole chicken that I cut both the legs and thighs off, and I'll do something with the breast in a couple days. And the sausage is actually already seasoned, so we're not gonna season it too much. You can see how big the leg got a good chunk of sausage in that area right there. So yeah, good little surprise. You can stuff this with almost anything. Something like that. Might try to work a little bit more into this one. Let's see if I can get the rest of it to fit. Yeah, something like that. Kind of came through a little bit right here, but that's okay. Now, let me go ahead and season it up. And for the seasoning, I think today I'm going to use a little bit of rosemary. This chicken, it ought to go good. Some paprika, some garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. So the first thing we got to do is just kind of get the olive oil kind of worked in a little bit, and then add a little salt. little bit of garlic powder, some paprika. Make sure it's paprika and not chili powder. And a little bit of rosemary. If you wanted to make it, you could actually add one with rosemary and one with like thyme or something like that. They both go pretty good together. And you just kind of work the board a little bit with it, get it all nice and mixed around. And I don't know if you have some Cajun seasoning, you could kind of, you know, put that in there too. Try not to get too much of this stuff on my. I'm gonna add a little more salt. A little bit more paprika. A little bit more garlic powder. And a little bit more rosemary. And that's pretty much it for the seasoning. And just on the skin side here, this is Tony Chachere's, but it's the no salt added one. I'm gonna put that in there too. Now we're gonna go ahead and stick it in the air fryer. All right, we already got olive oil on it, so I'm not gonna just kind of put them in the air fryer where they're not touching. And I like to do it about on them. Probably about right here, about midway up. And we're gonna go ahead and start it at, it's gonna probably take at least 30 minutes. But basically we just hit the power button. And then I usually hit chicken, which I think is already 370. Then you hit, it's gonna do 40 minutes, so we can drop that down to say, do 25 to start, then hit start. And that's it. Let it cook. Around 20 minutes, I'll check with the meat thermometer and see what temperature it's at. And for the sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna brown a little bit of the green onions. Not a lot. Just like I said, I'm just kind of making a little sauce with this, so maybe about that much. And also some diced onions. And let me get that to cooking, then I'll show you what we look like here. Alrighty, I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock. Make a nice little gravy. I'm going to add some garlic. Not too much, maybe about like that. Add a little bit of paprika to give it a little color. As well as some, a little bit of dried onion flakes, just to give it a little bit more of an onion flavor. I'm going to do a little bit of some Savoy's browning sauce. We'll start out with a little bit, kind of see what it looks like. Like I said, just something to eat over the rice with. I don't feel like having just plain white rice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not going to add any more browning stuff to it. Add a little water. And we'll let this cook about, while the chicken's cooking, probably about 25 minutes or so. I'll taste it here in a little bit and see if I need to add anything to it. You got to watch with that fresh green onion sausage. sometimes they put a lot of salt in it, so I don't want to add nothing yet. So I went ahead and added some just a few green onion tops and a little bit of bell pepper that I put through my food processor. Yeah, added a little bit of salt. It needed a little bit. And I think I might actually make like a little rice dressing with this. Rice dressing slash jambalaya maybe. So once my rice is cooked, I'm going to just kind of mix it in with it. And I'm going to just let this keep cooking. So this is just onions, bell pepper, green onion tops, the green onion sausage, and a little bit of minced garlic. And I'm just, cook it down for, I don't know, 30 minutes. Be good enough. And I'm gonna make a little rice dressing with it, just to have as a side dish to my chicken. So the cook time was about 26 minutes. And what I did was I went ahead and cut one of the leg and thighs. And as you can see, we got the stuffing on both sides. And it's perfectly cooked, no blood. So that's how you do it. Chicken stuffed with green onion, pork sausage. Pretty much any kind of sausage you want it. Garlic sausage, jalapeno sausage. I mean, they make all kinds. But that's the one I had, so that's the one I used. And the chicken just seasoned with whatever kind of seasoning you like. I used a little rosemary on the outside just to, for something different. You could have used thyme, tastes good. You could have done one rosemary, one thyme, one plain, one, however you want it. That's just how I did it. And for my sauce, I think for the side item, I got a quick little, I guess kind of like a rice dressing I made, just using some of the green onion pork sausage. So once I mix that together, I'm using basmati rice. They say it's a little bit better for you. So that's how the gravy's looking. Like I said, I use a little bit thickener, the brown gravy, to give it a little color to it, and just a little chicken stock. I'm just keep adding water. So I'm gonna mix that with the rice. I'm gonna turn that off for now. That's pretty much done. I did add a little salt to it, and take a little bit of garlic powder, and that's it. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel.